What if the big redesign everyone whispered about for Apple TV just didn't happen? For months, we heard talk of a massive visual overhaul for tvOS, a dramatic new look for your living room screen. But now that tvOS 26 is here in public beta, a very different picture emerges. We are seeing something far more subtle, a refinement rather than a revolution. You can actually try out the public beta right now if you have an Apple TV. Just head into your settings, find software updates, and opt for the tvOS 26 public beta. Now, a quick word of warning. It is a beta, so expect a few quirks and bugs. You probably do not want this on your main, everyday Apple TV unless you are truly prepared for some hiccups. But if you dive in, you will quickly notice Apple did not tear everything down and rebuild it from scratch. The core experience, for better or worse, feels instantly familiar. The most striking visual change, though, is what Apple calls liquid glass. They describe it in typical Apple fashion, with flowery language about being expressive and delightful. In reality, it means your interface elements, things like buttons and pop-up menus, now have more distinct borders and a beautiful translucent, frosted effect behind them. Imagine looking through a piece of frosted glass, and the content behind it slightly blurs. The coolest flourish? Those buttons subtly reflect what is on the screen, almost like a polished surface. You might see the light from a video's timestamp shimmer off the info button right below it. It is undeniably impressive to watch, but you might find it a tiny bit distracting too, with all those visual effects flickering underneath everything. And here is the kicker. This liquid glass design comes at a computational cost. Only the second and third generation Apple TV 4K models, from 2021 and 2022, can actually support this fancy new look. If you have an older Apple TV, the visual updates are even less dramatic. Beyond the visuals, the layout itself remains largely unchanged. The TV app still opens by default when you hit the home button, even though savvy users know they can change that to load the app grid instead. The menu arrangements also look the same. One small but welcome tweak. Movie and show thumbnails in the TV app now look more like theatrical posters, adopting a portrait layout. Another significant update, perhaps more functional than visual, focuses on user profiles. Apple added multi-user support way back in tvOS 13, giving everyone their own recommendations and continue watching histories. But switching profiles felt like a hidden treasure hunt through deep menus. With tvOS 26, Apple puts profiles front and center. You will now see a profile selection screen every time your Apple TV wakes up. Now, if that sounds annoying for your single-user household, do not worry. You can easily disable it in the settings and set it to always launch with the last profile used. The system also actively encourages people in an Apple family sharing group to create their own profiles, even suggesting icons on the selection screen. Selecting a suggested profile sends a notification to that user's iPhone, helping them complete the setup seamlessly. It is a smart move that removes a lot of friction, especially in busy homes where everyone is constantly messing up each other's recommendations. However, one important missing piece remains: new parental controls. Users have consistently asked for per-profile content restrictions and screen time integration, and tvOS 26 does not deliver these. Beyond those core changes, tvOS 26 includes a few other neat tricks, though many do not directly relate to simply watching TV. Apple Music's karaoke mode, for instance, gets a more prominent Sing shortcut right on the home screen. From there, you can start a new karaoke session and invite others to join with a QR code. And the coolest part? You can now sing into your iPhone and hear your voice come through the TV. Your iPhone even displays a special menu for adjusting your singing volume, adding reverb, or turning the original song vocals up or down. To use this iPhone mic feature, both your Apple TV and iPhone need to run tvOS 26, which means both devices must be on the beta right now. That is a pretty big commitment for a karaoke party. Apple also adds call notifications to tvOS 26. If a phone call or FaceTime audio call comes in while you are watching TV, you will see an option to accept it right from the Apple TV screen. The caller then goes on hold until you pick up your phone. Plus, if you often route Apple TV audio through an AirPlay speaker, tvOS 26 lets you set that speaker as the default audio source. It will automatically connect after your Apple TV wakes up or reboots. So is tvOS 26 a groundbreaking update? Not really. It is more about thoughtful refinements than a complete reinvention. But perhaps that is a good thing. While other streaming platforms increasingly push more intrusive ads and clutter their interfaces with extra menus, Apple TV largely remains a calmer and cleaner alternative. It seems Apple decided to stick with a philosophy of, if it isn't broken, do not fix it. This update just confirms Apple is still focused on a streamlined, premium viewing experience, even if it comes with some fancy new visuals that not all devices can even use. So what do you think? Is this measured approach exactly what you want from your streaming platform, or were you hoping for a truly bold leap forward? Let us know what you think in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tech.